Well, hi. So I'm Father Stephen. I am, as you may have deduced, the new pastor here at St. Bernard as well as St. Damien, and I'm just really excited to be here. I'm so excited to get to know, well, I've got to know a lot of you already, but it's going to be great. I want to just thank everybody who's made me feel so welcome and at home, especially our deacons and Angie and our trustees, and just it's been really awesome. Also, it feels like maybe I should do more introductions, but it feels super weird to talk about yourself during a homily. So I'm just going to launch right into the gospel, and then maybe that way you can just assume that I'm super interesting, and I won't prove you wrong. Because I really love this gospel. And I'm going to draw from the details not only in John's gospel that we just heard, but all four of the evangelists tell this story and with different details. In this miracle of Jesus feeding the crowd, among everything else that it does, it gives us a glimpse of what can happen when we stop telling Jesus what we don't have and why we can't and why we aren't enough, and we start just giving him what we have. Think of the situation here. Just picture a crowd of 5,000 people. And Jesus asks the apostles, okay, how are we going to feed them? And the apostles' first thought, and I think we can relate to this, their first thought is about what they don't have. When there's some huge challenge like staring us in the face, some big, overwhelming problem, the first thing, and maybe the only thing that we can see, is what we're missing, our inadequacy. So the apostles, they look at this problem, and they look at their resources, and it's completely impossible. Like it's not like they're just a little bit short, right? Sorry, Jesus, you're barking up the wrong tree here. This isn't going to work. This can't be managed. It's impossible. We just don't have enough. And this somehow doesn't end the conversation. And it seems like maybe Jesus is sort of missing the point. But it's really them, and it's us when we do the same thing, who often don't get the point. He didn't ask them what they're missing, what they lack. He asked them what they have. And just the same, Jesus doesn't ask us, like, okay, what can you do on your own? What do you have the resources to pull off just on your own resources? Like, he asks us, what do you have to give me to work with? He's asking them like he asks us, what do you have? And of course we're going to keep arguing, what do we have? We just told you not enough, right? That's the answer. That's what we have, not enough. It's not even close. It's not enough to make a dent. The gap between what we need and what we have, this mismatch between the problem and our resources, it would be comical, it would be funny if it weren't so desperate. 5,000 people, 5 stupid fish. So we've got good intentions, we care. We just don't have enough to feed all the hungry people in the world. We don't have enough to shelter all the homeless and care for all the sick. We don't have what it takes to spread the gospel, to bring people back to church, to reverse the decline that we've been seeing in the practice of the faith. We don't have the answer to that, Jesus. We're just regular people. We don't know how to fix this. Okay, but what do you have? I don't want to go too dark with you on our first weekend together, but we could, right? We could. We've had parishes close all over the diocese. We've had scandal after scandal. How can we show the gospel to the world with things going like that? Why would anybody listen to us? Okay, but what do you have? Me? Are you kidding? Like, I'm nobody special. I'm a mess. If holiness is a mountain, I'm like in the canyon next to it. Jesus, you've got some holy people around. I know you do. You should be talking to them, right? Not me. I'm not that holy person. I don't have the answers. Okay, but what do you have? The story of the apostles here and our story, yours and mine, it turns if we get to this beautiful moment, this incredible moment when we give up the arguments, we give up making excuses, we stop telling Jesus about everything that we're missing and all the reasons that we can't. And we just start offering him what we have. Here's what I have, okay? Here's my 5 stupid fish, if you really want them that much. Here's what I am. This is it. This is me. I wish it was more. It's what I can give you. And to quote the apostles looking at their 5 fish and 2 loaves, like they said, what good is this? And sometimes we feel that way. What good is this? But Jesus, if you want it that much, all right, it's yours. It's all yours. You can have it. This insufficient, humble offering, that's all I have. It's all yours. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Now, just start. Start giving it away. See what happens. I love the thought that the apostles are clueless when they begin. And of all the rich angles that you can find in this story, this is the one I'm currently obsessed with, is this moment right here when, I'm guessing it's probably Peter taking the lead, but I'm picturing Peter walking up to this crowd, this first clump of people that he comes to. He's got a basket with 2 loaves of bread and his 5 stupid fish. And he's walking up to this first person with instructions to feed them all. How stupid does he feel right now? Like, how embarrassing, how ridiculous is this moment? He doesn't know what's going to happen. And I picture it as like this Napoleon Dynamite kind of moment. Hello, I got you this delicious bass, you know. Thank you. They didn't get that at all last night. And they're going to hand out their 5 stupid fish, and they're going to have 4,995 people looking at them like, great job, guys. But the call of Christ isn't to take an inventory and decide whether you've got enough or not. It's to just get started. Just get started. Start giving. See what happens. And my hope and prayer for us together is that this story I hope it encourages you the way it encourages me. Because I think we all know what it feels like to feel like we don't have enough. When God asks, when life throws us the big stuff. For sure, as a priest, my goodness, I never ever feel like I have the wisdom, the holiness, the energy to do what I feel like I'm supposed to be able to do. But when my resources feel so hopelessly small, if I get over that and just offer them to God and just, start giving my 5 stupid fish, if I leave my excuses and just start, sometimes, well, he multiplies. And I know that you've experienced that too. That's how it is with our God. And this is my dream for us together at St. Bernard Parish, that we will always see, as I know you've seen so often before, the amazing things that happen when we stop worrying about what we lack and we start just offering Jesus whatever it is that we have. All the good that's happened here and is happening here, it's all because others have been willing to offer Jesus whatever it is that they have to offer. And we need that now more than ever because we are looking at so many hungry people. There are people who are hungry for God, for a relationship with God, for holiness, hungry for a life that's about something true and beautiful and good and eternal. They're starving for that. And many times they don't even know it, do they? And Jesus' call to us as his church is feed them. These are our family and friends, our neighbors, our coworkers, basically everybody who's not here right now, right? We're the ones Jesus is telling feed them. Can't you relate to the apostles right now? We don't know how to do that, and we can make excuses. We might even have some good ones. We can point out that we don't feel like we have a chance. But it starts for us like it started for Peter and the gang. Just to walk up to that first person and just start to share. Jesus isn't asking you today to worry about whether you have enough faith, hope, and love. He's just asking you to start. Just start. Start giving it away. And we'll see what happens.